Hello Apex and Apple, Carter here from Apex and Apple, and in this video I will be showing you how to mess with the speech settings on your Braille Note Apex BT18 and 32. Now what I mean by mess with your speech settings is not truly mess with it. I mean, well, let's just start out by saying we all have different preferences on what we like with our speech. So some of us like a really slow rate, but some of us like a really fast rate. And other of us like low pitch and high pitch and different voices as well. So in this video, I will be showing you how to adjust the voices as well as the pitch, tone, and volume on your Braille Note Apex BT18 and 32. Now, let's get started. So before we get completely started, I am just going to go over the initial commands to show you how to turn up and down the volume, the pitch, and the speaking rate. So, to turn up the volume, it's enter with .4.
Volume 23.
To turn the volume down, it's enter with .1.
Volume 22. Pitch 9.
You guessed it. To turn the pitch up by 1 increment, it's .5 with enter. And to turn the pitch lower by 1 increment, it's .2 with enter. And the last essential command is if you would like to change the speaking rate, how fast it speaks on the Braille Note, it's enter with .6 to increase it by 1 increment. And to decrease it by 1 increment, it's enter with .3. So now that you know those commands and have those down, I hope we will get into the actual speech settings to where you can change the voice and change all the settings for the speech as well as the sounds. So there are two ways to get into the speech settings on the Braille Note Apex. There's one quick shortcut to do it, and there's one way to do it through the options menu. So I am just going to show you both of those ways. If you want to do the longest way, it's space with O from the main menu,
Options menu.
and then press the letter R.
Speech currently on. Speech volume level.
I'll go back to the main menu, and then here is the easy way. Backspace with enter with R.
Speech currently on.
And press F if you want that to be off. And now my speech, so I'll press on for, or N for on.
Speech volume.
And another thing that's important for you to do if you would like to turn the speech on, it's really easy. It's really easy to do if you press the outer left thumb key with the space bar.
Speech on.
And if you want to turn it back on, just do that again. If you want to turn the Braille off, the outer right thumb key with space bar.
Braille off. Braille on.
So now we're going to go back into those settings. Speech is on.
Speech volume level currently 3.
And don't really mess with this setting. It's not the actual volume, it's the volume for punctuation.
Punctuation level currently 2. Number format. Speech synthesizer currently eloquent.
Now, at the time of this video, there are two synthesizers on the Braille Note Apex. And there's Eloquence and Keynote Gold. So E is Eloquence and K is Keynote Gold. And I'll press enter so you can hear his voice.
Delete alert tone volume currently 4. Error alert tone speech synthesizer currently Keynote Gold.
So Keynote Gold only has one speech voice, but Eloquence is a synthesizer which has more than one. So we'll press E for Eloquence.
Speech voice currently adult male.
Adult male. If you press space with dots 3, 4 to go to the left and space with dots 1, 6 to go to the right, you will hear all the options.
Adult female.
That is your hyperlink speech voice, but you can change that. I will show you how to do that.
Child. Elderly male. Elderly female. Adult male.
So I kind of prefer adult male.
Hyperlink speech voice currently. Adult female.
So hyperlink speech voice is when you're on the internet and you can actually customize it. So when you press space, it will show you what is actually a link versus what is text. So if you have it set the way I do, when you press space with .4, the elderly male eloquence voice will read the text, or not elder. When you press space with .4, adult male will read the text, and adult female will read the hyperlinks to show you that that is a hyperlink. So you only get all of these options when you are using Eloquent as your synthesizer, because Keynote Gold only has one voice. Therefore, you can't duplicate which one you want for hyperlinks or anything like that. So I hope that in the future, Keynote Gold may get a little bit more high-tech and decide to do more voices than just one. Another thing that I also wanted to point out is Eloquent, since it has more voices, it takes up way more RAM space. So if you're using Keynote Gold on the web browser or anything like that, Keynote Gold will actually reduce the probability of your Braille Note Apex crashing, which will need it to do a reset. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just hang in there. We'll get to this later in other videos, but if you do, Eloquent will actually increase the probability for your Braille Note Apex to crash. So just a side note right there, and that is mostly on the internet. So the Keynote Gold is only used on the Braille Note Apex as well as some computers, but Eloquent is used on a lot of screen recording software such as JAWS for Windows. It's used on this and a few others that I can't remember off the top of my head. So that is basically the speech voices that you can configure. And a side note as well, when you are using Keynote Gold for the web browser, it'll actually beep a little bit. Not as loud like that for the error tone, but just a little tiny beep, which will tell you when you're on the hyperlink. So that's only if you're pressing space and .4 in the web browser, but if you're just pressing space and backspace to go back through the hyperlinks, it won't need to do that on either browser, except the Eloquent will have the adult female doing or saying the links. So I hope you learned a little bit from this video. Sorry if I got a little bit too technical with all this. I'm going to go main menu. So again, sorry if I got a little too technical with the speech voices, but I don't really know how to word it any differently. You could probably do a ton better. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions, anything like that, please remember to put it down in the comments below, and check out our website, apexandapple.jimdo.com. If you want to email me, just me, no one else, apexandapple@gmail.com. It'll email the Apex and Apple team. And that was our video for today. Thanks so much for watching, and see you later.